the day. Please don't be late. Call your friends, I'll call my friends. Let's go and be changed. TMP is doing the most. TMP is doing the most. It's the time of the day. Please don't be late. Call your friends, I'll call my friends.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Miracle Perspective. And this is the Legends Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you over to the world right now. I've got a guest from UK. This is how we met with this lady. I attended the 10X bootcamp with Grant Cardone. And we had our breakout session where we were in a team of 5-6 people. And this lady in the breakout room, she just turned on her mic and she was like, hola, 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 everybody. And I love the energy. I'm like, I want that energy on the TMP channel. And I spoke to her. I told her that I want you on the TMP channel. And here, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Gema del Toro. Hola, 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 hola.
Hey, hola. ¿Cómo estamos?
Hey,
¿Cómo estás, amigo?
Estoy muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien, amigo, gracias. Qué chulada.
Bienvenida a TMP.
Wow, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. That's very, very, beautiful.
Amazing. So for those who didn't understand what I just said, I spoke Spanish, ladies and gentlemen. I said, welcome to the Miracle Perspective. That's what that meant. So you need to learn Spanish, ladies and gentlemen. So Gema, here I am with you. Thank you for taking time to do this interview with me. Quickly tell my people here, who are you?
Well, thank you, first of all, to have me here. I'm very excited. This is the first time that I'm actually touching the public in South Africa. I'm like, oh my God, I woke up this morning like, oh, I can't believe it. I'm going to South Africa. Oh my God, amazing. I'm Mexican. I'm living in UK. My name is Gema del Toro. That's the way that people knows me. I started to work 20 years ago back in my country, back in my city on TV. I started to work on a TV show that it was Feds. And the way that I started to work on that show is because I went and I asked for the producer to do an interview on him for my homework. And then when I have the opportunity to talk to him, I said, well, this is not an interview. I actually want to ask for a job. And then he looked at me and he's like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 16. And he's like, well, we have a show right now going on and it's on air, but it's for 12 to 13 years. So you're a little bit older. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine 16 years? And I was like, yeah, okay. The good thing about my body is that it's not very provocative. Yeah. So the producer was like, but you look young, so you can try to join, right? So I started to work at that point in TV when I was 16 years old. So I started to work on TV back in my city, and I work for many TV channels and TV programs, traveling shows, healthy shows, video game shows, makeover shows. I was in Mexico, then I went to LA, and I worked in LA for 3 years, and I was working on different shows as well, movies, makeovers, and I started to work as a producer back, not in front of the camera, but back in the camera. I started to be a producer for shows about ink, like about tattoos. So I was in charge of a program of tattoos with 6 different tattoo artists, and I was in charge of them, and I was in charge of create the program, and that was amazing experience. And then I started to work for the UFC. I worked for the UFC. I was the assistant of production in the Spanish section, and I worked for them for quite a bit. And that was very, very, very cool. And then I have to go back to Mexico because of family things. I went back to Mexico and I started to work on radio. And I worked on radio for 6 years, and it became one of the biggest shows in my city. My city is Guadalajara, 6 million people. And I started to work on that show for 6 years. in my schedule, the time that I was on air, it was from 5 a.m. in the morning up to 9 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning. So I was the one who used to wake up my city. You know, I was like, buenos, 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 buenos dias, all the time screaming. That means good, 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 good morning.
Wow. Wow. So that's where you got this outgoing spirit. That's where you discovered that you've got this personality for media, TV, people, and everything out there. And what are you doing currently?
Currently, well, you know, the pandemic take place in the world. I was in UK. I came here to, how do you say, like, get better on myself, you know, my self-improvement. I came here to do courses to get a better person, better version of myself.
Oh.
I quit my job in Mexico, and I said I will come to UK to study more, to know myself better. And
why was that? Why did you decide to leave your job and decide to pursue self-discovery and personal growth?
Because when I was working on the radio, I started to help a lot of people. You know, you open a microphone and then 35,000 people were listening to me. And if I said, this is healthy, try it, people go and try it and trust in you. So I started to become an opinion leader. But at some point, I really want to be better person for them and for myself, you know, like to have the certainty that I'm not going to be defeated by fears or by comments, or because it is hard. I mean, you open a microphone, you say something and then you get hit, you know, people can tell you like, that was stupid what you're saying, or things like that, no? And you have to be like certain thing, what do you really want? Strong. So that's why I was like, I need to increase my strongness, my core, so I can help more. And even if I get hit, I don't get down. Like, I'm divorced, 2 times divorced, 3 times married. So you can imagine like how hard it could be life. And again, you have to wake up. But if you have the strength and if you invest on yourself, you have the ability to overcome that kind of things.
Wow.
So that's why I decided to quit. My plan, let me tell you, my plan was to come here for a few months. I came, I paid for my service. I give everything back in my country. Like I give up my car, I give up my house, I give up my everything. And I came to UK with the dream to accomplish this in 6 months. I came here, and when I came here, I find out that I wasn't enough to start what I came to do. Wow. I have to do more before I was able to do what I wanted to do here. It's like if you want to go to college and then you just like give up everything, and then you come to college and then college says like, well, you need to do a little bit more of, you know, high school. So I was like, oh my God. So everything that I put on my college, I have to do it again on high school because it was different. Like I have to just like build myself up again. So I went out of money. I finished all what I paid. And my husband and I at some like, what we're gonna do? Are we gonna go back to Mexico and say, well, we try? Or are we gonna stay here and we're gonna try really no matter what? So we decide to stay here and try hard, doing whatever, no matter what, to actually make it happen. And I can say I make it through half until COVID hit, right? But I actually achieved my goal. I actually got into college and I was like moving faster and I was moving really well. And then COVID. And I'm like, oh my God, really? World.
What a bummer.
Yes. It was like very crazy. So, you know, it's like, okay, good. So I'm going to stay here. I'm going to just like continue pushing and make it happen no matter what. Like that's the persistence you need. And that's the strength that I got for investing in myself, grow all that way up to that point. And then if something happened and it looks like you need to stop and give up, you don't do it. You just continue, that's what happened exactly. So that's why everybody needs to invest on their self, because life is hard. Life is not easy. And if you don't have the tools to continue to pursue it, then you're going to just give up. But if you invest on yourself, you have the knowledge, you have the tools, you have the energy, you have the strength, it can hit you, a COVID, and you're not going to stop. You're going to continue. That's the importance, right?
Wow. Wow. That's an inspiring story, man. That's an inspiring story. So you still went back to your health and wellness programs. When did you start doing the actual programs and going back in front of people's faces again?
I continue. When I moved here, people follow me on Facebook. So I continue doing Facebook Live, Instagram Live, sharing. Like, I never disconnect from my people because they miss me. I miss them. So I continue doing that. And since I was here, I wasn't able to actually connect with my people there because it was just social media. With COVID, the internet opened more, these platforms and this way to do things like the boot camp. It was online because of the COVID.
Exactly.
So now, right. So we were able to be there. That's amazing. That's a huge opportunity. Like, I will never imagine to do that. And thanks to the COVID, now we can do it.
Imagine now I met you through COVID.
Exactly. O sea, I mean, I have a friend in South Africa. When you met him during COVID, 2020. Thank you.
Thanks to COVID-19.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Okay, really, like, it's like, I love it. So, what happened, I told you before, hit COVID, and everybody, I don't know what happened with you at that point on March, but I remember perfectly, like one day, one of my friends looked at me and she said, like, you should go and buy groceries and get ready. And I'm like, why? She's like, it sounds like it's going to be a lockdown. And I'm like, really? No. Next day it was the lockdown. O sea, like this, right? So I used to go to study every day and see my friends and drink coffee and everything like everybody else. And then you just like find out yourself by yourself in your house. Like, hard for everybody. So like 2 weeks ahead of the COVID, I had a WhatsApp from one of my listeners, and she's like, Gema, help me. Like, I really feel depressed. I have no motivation. I'm very like eating like like shit, like I'm not eating well. So I'm feeling very, very bad. Can you help me, please? And then a lot of people start to say, yes, please, 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 me too, me too, me too, me too. At that point, I felt so much responsibility to be someone who can actually, that's why, again, you need to invest yourself in yourself. Because at that point, I know how to swim. And if there's people around me who is tired to swim or they don't know how to swim, I know how to tell them, come here, like we can do this, and I can be someone who can help them. So I said, yes, let's do this. I just like, I was like, okay, tomorrow we're going to start a challenge, 21 days challenge. And we start to make things every day, like exercise, eating healthy, watching videos, inspirational videos, studying, reading, and people start to become more and more and more happy. So at that point, I was like, wow, people start to like, they were like, how do you say when exactly like that? When people talk like, how do you say in English?
Stammering. Stutter or stammering.
Yes. Okay. She was doing that. By the end of 21 days, she's like, I don't do it anymore.
Wow.
I feel very confident. I can give my ideas to other people, something that I didn't used to do before, and I was like, wow. And that's the result that I can create in someone else because I invest on myself, so I build myself so I can give to others and then they can give to others, That was so cool. So what happened after that is I create a program. I'm like, okay, I need also to survive. I need also to create an income because I was dedicating 8 hours, to that challenge just to find a video, to read something, to make sure, because I give them points. If you do this, you're going to get 1 point. If you do blah, you're going to get blah points. So people were like fighting against themselves. Like, oh, I did 30 points. Oh, I just did 10. Oh, I did. So they were, like competing with themselves. And it was fun. It was a game. So at that point, I was like, okay, I talked to a friend who is a business consultant, big business consultant. He's from Brazil. He lives in Mexico. And he gives like advices to many companies, big ones. So we are very good friends. And then he find out about this program and he's like, Gema, are you charging for this? And I'm like, no, I'm just doing it for free. And he's like, okay, like that's not okay because it's your time, it's your knowledge, and you need the money. And I'm like, that's true. Yes. So he's like, yeah, you need to make an exchange, a fair exchange, because otherwise it's not like you're going to get tired to be doing something that, yes, it is inspiring, it is happy, but then at some point you're going to say like, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go to work to Kentucky Fried Chicken to get money, it's like, and then you're not going to be able to continue doing that because you have to pay your life, your rent, your food and everything. And if you don't get money, how are you going to help them?
Wow.
And I was like, okay, good. Got it. So at that point, I create the program. I recorded the videos. I made like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the subject, the goal, what you're going to do, the points, everything. I create everything on a program that is already made. And now I'm just promoting it and I'm selling it to the people and they are hiring my service. Yes, very happy.
Kudos.
Of course, now, yes. No, thank you. Now, like with the 10 next boot camp, it's just like, oh my God, I can do so much more.
Yeah. Right.
So yes, it's just like growing and growing. Like now I'm thinking about getting, like if people is going to sign up with me, they can get their own agenda, healthy agenda with my brand on it. And they can get my pen and they can get my sweater and they can, and I'm thinking about that, it's like, why not? Like people really, and they love it. They want to have something that they make them feel they're part of the team. Wow. So yes, it's like growing and so many things happening. And to be honest, it's because I could stand still during the storm, you have to invest, you have to make strong yourself, to be able to stay strong for others. That's very important.
Wow, that is super strong. I put a tweet yesterday and I was like, what did I say? I said, if you are the smartest one in the room, before you leave to the next room, make sure that you teach those who are less smarter than you, because you expect to be taught by someone smarter than you where you are going. And you are saying, before you actually help anybody, invest in yourself so you can have enough to teach the people around you. And that's the lesson that I'm getting from this. That is so inspiring, Gema.
Wow, I'm so happy. Thank you. I love what you said. Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. We need to subtitle this. And send this on to my Spanish people.
Let's do it. Why not? I mean, why not?
I can help. I can help.
Beautiful.
We can work together.
I love that. You are the best. You are the best, man. I love you, man. Wow. I like your mind. And the way you are just so resourceful shows how much of a strong person you are. And it shows that you have invested in yourself, because resourcefulness is the ultimate resource at the end of the day. And you can only be resourceful when you know what you have within yourself. But you can only know what you have within yourself after investing in yourself to discover who you are. And
exactly.
That is what you have, man. I'm very, very inspired. So now, what can the people here in South Africa and all over, those who are watching, what can they come to you for? What is it that you're going to help them with specifically?
Specifically two things.
Mhm.
I give people motivation and I give people health. For me, everything started on my show, on my radio show about health. And I start to give them advices how to eat healthy, have energy, and how to how to nourish your body.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I can give them that. I can explain them why sugar is not good, why water is very important, why sleep, how to sleep, when, why bread it is not the best option. Why? Like if you understand what happened to your brain when you eat bread and a lot of bread, then you're gonna take a decision about, I might change a little bit that. It's like
What
that's
happens when you
what
eat
people
bread?
get from me. What was that?
What happens when you eat a lot of bread?
Well, the bread has something called gluten, right?
Yeah.
So the gluten comes from glue. That's the word, glue. And it can create a problem first on your
Intestines.
intestinal. Yes, instant intestines.
Mhm.
But also can create a problem with your brain. There is a book from a doctor called Cerebro de Pan, Brain of Bread. It is a doctor who explains to you how the gluten can make you lose your memory long term. That's why people start to have Alzheimer now, when before the old people were the wisdom of the town,
Exactly.
before you go to the old guy and he used to tell you, this is the way you have to hunt, this is the way you have, because they know they have the knowledge. Now you
Yeah.
go to an old guy and he doesn't even remember his name. Who
Like,
are
who are
you?
you? What do you want? Oh man.
I think I poo. It's like they don't remember because they are eating so much bread that it creates a problem in their brain because of the gluten and all the ingredients that they're not good. So that kind of things is the data that I can provide to someone who is feeling not with energy, a little bit sad. Is your car is not working because of the petrol you're giving. So I give you data so you understand, and then you're like, oh, this petrol is not good, I'm gonna give this petrol, give me more
Wow.
energy and I can use it. So that's what can people get from me. And of course with that, a lot of motivation.
I love that. And I mean, your energy says it all. I want a little bit of that energy. Your energy is so contagious, man. I love it.
You know what Grant Cardone says, and that's true. If you see something in me that you like, it's because you have it. Man, you have this energy. I love you on Instagram. I love you. I love you.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I mean, it was a blessing in disguise, thanks to COVID. And thanks, I mean, who knew? How many people did I not meet during those breakout sessions? I mean, I got to meet you out of nowhere. There's nothing such as coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yes. No, definitely. I have a friend right now in Chile. He's been doing the programs with me, and now he's my brother. Like, I love him so much. I never see him in person, but it's like so much connection.
Wow.
Like, I just, and he is one of my biggest friends for 2020. And I never met him just thanks to COVID. Now we are together, like you and me now.
Wow. Here's the final question to close it off. This show is The Miracle Perspective. And many people think I'm referring to me when I say miracle, because miracle is my name, but it's just a pun. It's The Miracle Perspective, meaning the perspective on its own, it's a miracle. It's an extraordinary perspective. So I want you to just explain what is the importance of having a better perspective. Like, how powerful is perspective? How can perspective change one's life?
I'm going to give you an example of that. Just happened to me yesterday. I do a Facebook Live every Thursday with one of my friends back in Mexico. He's a runner. He invited me to run a marathon. I run a marathon because of him. We create a very nice program of running. And yesterday, I didn't expect this. We were connected, we were live. And then he said, Gema, do you know that out in Mexico, we have this thing called the red button? And I'm like, no, what's that? And then he said, well, the red button means that we are kind of like in dangers again with the COVID. So we are, as a society, allowed to go from 7 a.m. in the morning to 7 p.m. to work outside in the streets, and that's it. After 7, everybody has to go to your house and don't go out. Coffees, restaurants, no entertainment, nothing. Like after 7, life is basically gone. And it is a little bit like upsetting, and it's like, it's like, I don't know, I just don't like that. And then when we were on live at that point, he was worried. I could perceive he was a little bit like worried. And then my perspective, it was a miracle perspective, because I said, okay, Rene, no, he's my friend Rene. I said, Rene, in some country, I don't remember what country, I don't remember, but there is a country specifically that they end up at 6 work every day. You're not allowed to keep extra hours by law at 6. That's it. If you finish, you're finished. If you didn't, you didn't. You're not allowed to stay longer. You have to go home. So the mentality of that person, that town, that country is like, okay, good. So basically our productive time is from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., right? So you have to be very, very productive and very fast to make as much as possible and make sure you finish at 6, because after that you cannot do anything.
Can't work anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So people start to become more productive, very fast and very focused, and they start to increase their production instead of decreasing, because they were aware of that. So I said to Rene, okay, fine, you have the red button. What means that? You have to move faster and produce faster and use the time better than if you have the entire day up to 10. That's the perspective you have to have.
Wow.
And then he was like, that's true. That's true. And then I said, okay. And then you go home, and then you have the internet, and then you have your chance to do your social media, your webinars, you study, you continue working. Like, you just don't go out, but you did what you have to do when the time was okay. And then the rest, you can use it inside. And he's like, that's true. This is not gonna stop us, and the perspective change. For me, that's the perspective you have to have, the solution one.
Wow. Resourcefulness. That's what it is. Resourcefulness.
Thank you so much. I like that word.
It's a very important word. I love that word. I mean, it changed my life in a big way. Because, okay, I'm going to tell you another day. But for this last question, and this is what I learned from Grant. What are you grateful for right now in your life?
For you. To be honest, for you, you made my day amazing. Like, wow. I'm going to go online right now, and I'm just going to say, like, cry. I have my first interview. I know, me too. It's like I had a friend in South Africa, and that's amazing. I'm grateful for you.
Oh, man. That makes me feel so special. I'm very, very honored, man. Yeah. I'm grateful for you too, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your time. Let me shock you. Let me give you a surprise one last time. Okay. Muchas gracias por acompañarme.
Yes,
and that
I get so emotional.
Man, I mean, you made my day. I really enjoyed this interview. I enjoyed my time with you. Thank you so much, man. And I'm looking forward for a long-term relationship and very good progress and more success to you. And I'm looking forward to connecting some more with you and to doing some more business with you. If there's anything you want to share with my people, you are more than welcome. Where can people find you?
Thank you so much. They can find me on my social media right now. I do it in Spanish though, but I promise, because of your advice, I'm going to start to do it in English. So right now you can follow me, and you can find me, and you can see my videos and you laugh.
And your videos are exciting. It's very funny because I watch your videos. They're in Spanish, but I spend like 10 minutes watching you. I can't hear a thing, but I'm just watching, and I'm like, this is so exciting. I can't hear what you're saying, but it's great.
I like to do a lot of faces. I cannot avoid. So I'm like, oh my God, so hilarious.
I love that. Yeah. So what are your social media handles?
It's I don't know how to say it so people can actually type it correctly. I mean,
It's
it's
fine. I'll put it
Gema
down.
with
I'll put it
a
on the
G.
screen. Just say it. I'll put it on the screen.
Okay, it is Gema del Toro. That's in English, or Gema del Toro. That's in Spanish. Is Gema del Toro. That means gem of the bull in English.
Oh wow! Stone of the bull. Stone of the bull.
That's my name, Gem of the bull.
Oh wow!
Yes, the stone of the bull.
You're such a jam, man. No wonder you're like this. I love that. I enjoyed my time with you, man. We can continue talking forever and ever and ever. Ah, man, we'll talk some more, but not on this set of this session. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, for all of you who joined us from all over the world, remember to subscribe, remember to like, remember to share the content. And hey, man, let's continue talking. Let's continue having a conversation. I want to hear your thoughts on this video. Did you get so much value from this video? Type below in the comment section. And we would like to keep the conversation going, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for you to invest in yourself, as Gema has said. Till we meet again next week, from me to you, it's all love. It's finished. Gracias.
Perspective is in the perspective. Perspective.
It's finished.